It's now time to lawyer up with our friends from Treece Treece Law Firm. Today we're talking about divorce and basically splitting up all the assets and debt that you accumulate over your marriage. I'd like to welcome back Tom and Deborah to the show. Welcome back.
Nice to be here.
You know, I always enjoy when you guys are on because you walk us through law, the process, and really, again, the guidelines of what happens. In this case, we're talking about divorce. And when you're married, over time, you accumulate a lot of things, if you will. It could be property, it could be debt. You know, so basically, when it comes to a divorce, what happens? Like, how does it figure out on who pays what? What's the process with that?
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. Thank you. Basically, in Florida, the courts by statute define and determine what the marital asset is. And then the courts seek to divide those assets freely, fairly. Now, we're not a community property state like California. We are an equitable distribution state, which means the courts attempt to make it a fair division of property. And generally, there is no formula, but there is a basic presumption that the courts will divide things 50-50, approximately equally.
Right.
Now, the way the courts can vary from this equal distribution is a set of factors that are in the statute that if you have a specific relevant reason, then the courts can vary the distribution. And that might be the one that we really deal with most, I think, that's most effective is if there is an intentional, and I'm saying intentional, dissipation, deletion, waste of a marital asset where we have an injured party. For example, let's say that someone is financing an extramarital affair on the side, and maybe that person has a $10,000 diamond ring, or maybe that person's been given lavish trips, or maybe they're put up in an apartment. That money is marital and should be reimbursed partially to the injured spouse, for example. So the courts can do that.
Right.
Also, if there's an extraordinary contribution to a specific asset where someone who inherits $100,000 and puts all of that money into a marital home is divorced in 2 years, is it fair for that spouse to gain 90% of the value of the money that's contributed? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically it starts out 50-50.
Correct.
So everything's fair, and then from there they're going to start to look into things and kind of see, okay, what's happening with the funds and do a little bit of a track record to see where it's being spent on, because if they're joint funds, if they're accumulated during the marriage, you got to track on where that goes. So that makes perfect sense. So, you know, Tom, let's go when we talk about assets and debts. There's a pot, if you will, that everything is. Can you talk about how does that work and, you know, basically taking everything, putting it together to try to figure out what is the course of action in the format?
Well, the first thing you do is define non-marital versus marital assets. Marital assets go into the pot that's going to be divided. Non-marital stays on the side and belongs to that person. So you primarily look at when the asset was obtained. If someone brings it into the marriage, that's a premarital asset. They already own property, they already owned a pension plan, they owned furniture, whatever, an investment account, that's non-marital. Generally will stay that way unless during the marriage they add the other person's name to it or they commingle, they put marital money into the account. That's called commingling.
Okay.
Now, marital is what you acquire during the marriage. Obviously, it's what we jointly acquire. We put stuff on our joint names, a house, car, furniture we buy, things like that. It's even interspousal gifts. If somebody buys somebody jewelry, the other buys golf clubs or whatever, that goes in the pot. Gifts from third parties do not go into it. It was a Christmas present from somebody's parents or an inheritance from somebody's parents. As long as you keep that asset separate and apart and don't commingle it with marital assets, that does not go into the pot.
Okay, now, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So, you know, again, just to recap, it's 50-50 to start out, and then as time goes on, you're going to look into things, what was joint, what was not joint, and now throughout history, where are these funds? If you commingle them, put them all together, then obviously it's a joint filing situation. Same thing with debt. So that makes a lot of sense. I like, again, when you guys come on, you really break this down in simple language that we could all understand and be better prepared if we're ever in this. So if you have a legal question and you would like to contact Treece Treece, all you have to do is go to their website at divorceattorneyjacks.com or give them a call at 904-737-1771. Tom and Deborah, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you so much. We enjoyed it.
All right. We'll be back right after this.